Boom. Monk mode gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro, at the end of the day, you don't need to take TRT to look like this. You don't need to take steroids to look like this. You don't need protein powder, protein shakes. You don't need none of that. All you need to do is eat good food and go to the gym 3 times every day. Yeah, 3 times. All you need is 3 20-minute workouts, sessions every single day. I train bis and tris 3 times a day. I train shoulders 3 times a day. I only train chest today 2 times today. I only bench press twice today. But listen, don't judge me. I didn't judge you. At the end of the day, I repeat, don't judge me. I didn't judge you. At the end of the day, you don't need TRT. Listen, speaking of TRT, I was down there playing pool and I heard a TRT commercial. They trying to get you. Oh, you think the woman trying to get? No, TRT trying to get you. They trying to get you to have mood swings so you can go to the bar and have a bar fight. So you could be the alpha male, you go to the bar and you have a bar fight. Do not take steroids. They're literally promoting steroid commercials. Listen, testosterone is steroids. That's not natural testosterone. You need testosterone to get this. This is natural testosterone. It's called no SCX. If you stop having sex, you can actually look like something. You will actually have testosterone. Every time you get turned on and aroused, that's your testosterone saying go to the gym and put all that energy into them curls, into them freaking triceps, into them bench press, into the squats, the lunges, and the calf raises. Listen, I barely have to train core. I do sit-ups like once a week. Yeah, I do sit-ups once a week. At the end of the day, I do 200 push-ups when I wake up and 200 push-ups before I go to sleep. Listen, coffee is your best friend. I don't know if you can overdose on coffee. I might be the first one, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I do not live in fear. So listen, coffee, it gets the job done. If you need the extra energy boost, get coffee. Don't take a freaking steroid. You're going to have mood swings. I don't have mood swings, so I get to get the muscles without the mood swings. The reason you got to learn body game is because you don't even care about your body. I don't got to learn no freaking body game. I'm not doing what they told me to do. All they talking about is how to get laid. You're losing your testosterone every time you get laid. You big dummy. At the end of the day, those guys who teach about body game, those are the dickheads in capital dickhead America. I repeat, those are all the dickheads in capital dickhead America. If you want to be a dickhead, you're never going to look like this. At the end of the day, this is pure retain. Yeah, pure retain game. The more you retain, the more you gain. The same thing Nana the Soul was saying, but apparently he looked like how he looked 3 years ago. I don't look like how I looked 3 years ago. At the end of the day, 3 years ago, I looked like this stick right here. 3 times a day made me look like this. They trying to control you with that science evidence. They did a study on 148 Harvard students about exercising and overtraining. Those were 148 retarded people they did that study on. Yeah, retarded people that can score good on a test. At the end of the day, I dropped out of 10th grade, so they didn't do that study on me. They don't care about me. At the end of the day, I only care about me. So listen, since I care about me, I go to the gym 3 times a day. At the end of the day, those 3 times, I'm doing full body 3 times a day. 5 sets on biceps, 5 sets on triceps, 5 sets on side laterals, 5 sets on a back shoulders. I ain't gonna lie, I only did 2 sets on this, but that's because I do push-ups and I do bench press. I bench press 6 days a week. Forget a hater. He tell you, oh, you're gonna overtrain. Oh, show me a picture of what you look like. You look like shit. At the end of the day, you look like shit because you think about overtraining. Overtraining is when you train so hard that you freaking pass out and die. That's overtraining. If you're alive, you got air in your breath, there's no such thing as overtraining. Listen, I try to tell these dudes that that's a myth. They don't want to listen to me, but they want to be like, oh, yo, how'd you get the muscles like that? Because I overtrain. How else you... Bruh, they tell you the muscles aren't going to grow until they feel the need to want to grow. So how are they going to feel the need to want to grow if you're only going to the gym once or 3 times a week, and then you're doing one set of 4 sets of 10? You think you're going to grow like that? Good luck with that. At the end of the day, you're not going to grow like that. You'll never grow like that. You'll look like the piece of pizza you look like. You look like a slice of pizza. You look like a bag of potatoes. You like a loaf of bread. At the end of the day, they got the weight over here. They got the weight over here. Oh, listen, at the end of the day, if you go at least 2 times a day, I'm talking about at least 2 times a day. Listen, we training like 1970 bodybuilders without the testosterone, without the steroids. We got natural testosterone. If you in your 20s, there's no excuse. Unless you tore your ACL, listen, you don't have to lift heavy 3 times a day. Listen, on the first set, you could lift heavy. Then the last 2 sessions, the second session, you lift medium. Then the last session of the day, the third session of the day, you can lift really light to where it's becoming easy, but you just do more reps. You just do more reps with the lightweight. At the end of the day, they like how my shoulders look. Listen, I don't use over 20 pounds on my shoulders. They like, you don't use over 20 pounds, why your shoulders look that big? Because I train it 3 times a day. So that's like 15 sets a day on shoulders. Listen, I'm trying to look like the bodybuilding statue. Like, I'm trying to look like I'm carved out of metal or something like that. I don't know what you dudes are trying to look like, because it's not working. You keep listening to science, it's not working. Science don't know nothing. They went to school for 8 years and they look like shit. They tell you advice, that's shit. And then you take that advice because they talking science and it's shit. Listen, I don't believe in science. I believe in Jesus. So listen, Jesus told me to work out 3 times a day, and that's why I look good. I work out 3 times a day. I'm not working out so people can be like, ooh, look at you. No, I'm working out so when I look in the mirror, I'll be like, oh, damn, I'm about to go work out again. Listen, in the words of my UK friends, suck your mother. Yeah, suck your mother. At the end of the day, you don't want to train 3 times a day? Suck your mother and stop asking questions. Oh, man, I need to get in the gym. Bruh, you got to understand, them dudes who be like, man, I need to start working out. They ain't never going to touch no weight. Your talk is cheap. I repeat, talk is cheap. A lot of people be like, yeah, I'm gonna start getting in the gym. It sound good. You're gonna start getting in the gym 3 to 4 times a week, and you still gonna look like the same. You're not gonna progress because you're not forcing your body to progress. It's 7 days in a week. You should be at least training 6 days a week. As a man, listen, what females do is what females do, but I'm talking about dudes. Oh, you softy. Why you not in the gym 6 days a week? You at home on the couch eating Cheetos and Fritos at the same time. When I'm talking about at the same time. How you eating Cheetos and Fritos at the same time, and in my favorite bag of chips. But you eat them at the same time. If you eat them at the same time, I gotta stay away from you. You ain't just eat the Cheetos by themselves, and then on a separate occasion you eat the Fritos. No, you eat them both at the same time, Listen, everybody want to watch and be a YouTube sideline watcher. You're not creating content, but you're on YouTube. For what reason? Why are you on YouTube and you're not a content creator? These dudes is hustling backwards. Why do you keep saying, oh, I'm going to get in the gym, and then we never see you in the gym? I never see you in the gym. I'm in the gym 3 times a day. I don't never see you. Yeah, I don't never see you. I'm in the gym morning, midday, and night. Every single day. They're like, oh, you going to overtrain. Oh, suck your mother. In the words of my UK friends, suck your mother. I don't care about no overtrain. I overtrain 365 days a year, and that's why I look good. Suck your mother. At the end of the day, overtraining is for dudes who like to make excuses. They make the word overtraining so you can feel good about the excuses that you make. This is why I don't work out with people. I will never have a workout partner because a workout partner gonna be like, man, you training too hard. What you trying to train for? I'm trying to train so I separate myself from looking like you. I don't want to look like nobody. I want to look like me. So I'm going to do what I got to do to look like me and not look like y'all. I don't want to look like no dude that I see walking around. Yeah, I don't want to look like no dude on YouTube. They all on testosterone and steroids. I'm natural. But people be asking me, are you on steroids? Do it look like I'm on steroids? Suck your mother. At the end of the day, if I was on steroids, I would straight be DDTing everybody at the bars. I would go to bars and I would have bar fights if I was on steroids, because steroids give you mood swings. Why would I want to have mood swings? Is mood swings going to get me to Dubai? Is mood swings gonna get me to Monaco? No, it's not. It's gonna give me a jail record and kicked out. At the end of the day, you got to understand, they gonna send me somewhere because I got muscles. At the end of the day, when you got muscles, people don't like you. Bruh, can you put your shirt on? No, suck your mother. Put your shirt on. At the end of the day, you got dudes who out of shape. They gonna tell you, put your shirt on, man. I got a shirt on. I'm not going to cover up these big old muscles to make you feel safe. You freaking Pop-Tart. You freaking toaster strudels. It's not my fault you skip the gym every day of your life. It's not my fault you look like a Powerpuff Girl and you're a dude. How you look like a Powerpuff Girl as a man? Listen, these dudes are the new females. They want you to put a shirt on. Put a shirt on. You need to leave. That's these dudes. I don't know why they tried to make that woman say that you need to leave. Listen, they need to make that for all the out of shape guys. Because every out of shape guy, when he see a dude with muscles and cut up and look like he carved out a stone and straight put that work in, that's how he look at you. You need to leave. It's bruh, it's Texas. It's hot. It's hot out here. If I put a shirt on, I'ma die. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to suffocate. It be 100-some degrees out here. It's too hot for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. If you not in the gym, that's your fault. Listen, they lucky I ain't been going to the pool. I ain't going to go to the pool. I'm going to let everybody slide, and I ain't going to go to the pool till next summer. And next summer, I'm going to look even better. I'm going to just hurt feelings. At the end of the day, it ain't my fault. That's their insecurities. They ain't want to go to the gym. That's their fault. I ain't tell you don't go to the gym. I ain't hold you back. I told you get in the gym. Oh, you don't want to listen to me? That's cool. That's bad. Listen, when I take this shirt off, when I rip this tank top off, don't say nothing. Hide your wife. Hide your mom. Suck your mother. At the end of the day, stop playing. Listen, I don't even want your mother. I don't even want your girl. At the end of the day, all I want is big biceps. That's all I crave is these big old biceps to hop out the Ferrari LaFerrari and leave everybody in the past, because everybody's in the past except these biceps. All I see is these big biceps. You got to work out so hard, all you see is your big old arms. All you see is that six-pack. All you see is your chest. You don't see nobody else. Everybody else is a distraction. They're going, you need to leave. No, you need to leave. You look like a sack of potatoes. You are a threat to the gym. Yeah, all the out-of-shape people, you're a threat to society. I don't care. They want dudes with muscles to seem like we a threat to society. No, we the dudes, we bless the gym. Every time I walk in the gym, I bless the gym. They be like, okay, I see you. I'm not even doing it for validation or likes. I don't care if you see me or not. You gon' see me. I'm in the gym too much for you not to see me. At the end of the day, Monk Mo gang, you know what's going on. We don't fit in with society. You see the separation from my shoulders to the triceps and the biceps. I'm cut all the way up because I'm separated. My muscles are separated. My mindset is separated. I'm in my own world. I stay in my own lane. Don't try to come tell me put a shirt on. At the end of the day, they made tank tops for dudes with muscles, not for dudes who look like Madea. At the end of the day, you got to understand, Monk Mo gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro.